I have several businesses. One of them is sales, and I have an organization with me. And I've done very well in that business, and I've built a large organization. But something happened about a year ago where the people who I was bringing into the business were not producing. And in the past...
So let's say this how it really was.
Okay.
Something happened prior to a year ago. I stopped believing in the people I was attracting.
I wasn't aware that I did, but I must have.
Well, we started to say this earlier, and you have come to remind us that we do want to say this. There are two ways to know what your vibrational offering is. One, by the way you feel. The next, or two, by what's manifesting. So if you're not aware by the way you feel, the manifestation will show you, because nothing happens that is sideways of that. So we really want to put that to you. So you want to say, they began behaving this way, and I'm having this response to it. And we want to say, you were already having that response to it, and that's why they began behaving that way.
Right. I agree with that.
Good.
So I was clear with that. So what I decided to do was put my attention elsewhere and leave that alone, because my income is fine with or without that business.
And because you understand, you believe that you've already set the vortex in motion. We really want you to hear us when we say, when you've already done that work, and you have, unless you're doing that thing you do to slow it down, it will continue to gain momentum. The human thought, and it's because you're action oriented and we understand how you got there, your human thought is, I have to keep applying the effort in order to keep it going. Not true. You just don't apply the opposing vibration and it will keep going. Law of attraction will keep it going. When you think a thought, that thought thinks. That's perpetual motion. You don't have to keep it going. Just don't do what you do that slows it down. And what you do that slows it down is that you get your nose in your own business because you think it is your business, even though your own business isn't your own business. So you found a way by focusing on other things to distract yourself from that.
Right. And the people that are in my organization are still producing, and I still get income from that. But I love that business. So recently I thought, well, I'd like to get back into it and bring more people on. So I shared it with an individual, and of course they kind of disappeared on me. And I immediately knew that it wasn't about them, it was about me, because my vibration hadn't cleaned up enough.
Yeah, but think about what you just said in relationship with everything that we've talked about. You took action. You went to somebody and you said something to them, and it backfired on you because you hadn't done the vibrational work first.
So my question is, my life is really good. Everything is great with or without this. And I've had success. So how can I?
Wait. I want this thing that I don't want. That's what you're saying when you say, my life is good with or without it. What you're saying is, universe, give it to me or don't give it to me. It doesn't matter. And that's not true. You do want it, and when you focus in opposition to that, you put the brakes on it. Can't you tell by the way you feel? So you said, I love this business. Did you feel how that felt when you said that? And then can you be soft enough and sensitive enough that you can feel when you say, I could live with it or without it, I don't need it? Can you feel how off that feels?
Yes.
So don't say that. Don't say that. But now you don't have to goose it up. You don't have to get yourself all animated about it. You could. And as you said, you just put your attention in other places. You know what the advantage of taking your attention off things that really matter to you is? That if you've got a habit of focusing in opposition to what you want, when you take your attention away, you stop doing that, and then it starts flowing again. So can you hear how clarifying this is being for you? Did you realize that you've been counting on action more than you thought you were? And do you realize that because you count so much on action, that you think that action is better than no action every time? And can you feel how now we're helping to clarify that action is not better than no action when it doesn't feel good, that you're working against yourself? So, as we were saying earlier, you could have 5 things that are important to you, and one of them could be going really well. Well, let's do it the other way. Let's say 4 of them are not going well and one of them is. You could focus upon any one of the 4 that aren't going well, and the one that is would stop going well because you're introducing resistance. Or you could focus upon the one that is going well, and the other 5 would come into alignment, because what you focus on is your gateway to your receptive mode. And it's your gateway to your receptive mode that is the plugging the toaster in. The gateway to the receptive mode is the only thing that matters because everything else has already been taken care of. Are you with us? Everything has already been taken care of. That's why we want to call this the art of allowing. The art of me chilling out, being easy, being playful, focusing softly, being more lighthearted, focusing in a way that releases my tension, causes the engines that are going in opposition to become less active, that allows the natural momentum that my inner being is carrying to inspire me to the thoughts and words and actions that will give me the manifestations that I want.
So is it about thinking more positive aspects?
It's about caring about how you feel. Aren't you already sort of tired of this meeting? Haven't we offered enough words? Aren't you sort of ready to just get out of here and experience life as it comes to you? Aren't you convinced enough that your inner being is aware of you? And don't you sort of kind of get it that you're supposed to feel good? And aren't you ready to stop thinking so hard about it and just let the well-being that you deserve flow into your experience? Aren't you more inclined right now to be on a sort of scavenger hunt or treasure hunt where you know the treasure's out there? There's no question about that. And you just want to be playful enough that you can stumble on the clues. That really is the way that we'd like you to feel. For sure, the treasure's there. For sure, you're in the vicinity. You're sure that you're probably going to find lots of good stuff, and you're not worried about anything. And now you kind of want to stop thinking about the processes and stop worrying about what's been and just get out there and live life and let the universe deliver to you in real time exactly what's proportionate to the balance of your energy. And isn't that the best way to know what the balance of your energy is? So we have just a handful of questions for you. Do you believe that you create your own reality? And do you think that anybody else creates it? Do you believe that you can be influenced by what others think? And when you are, do you believe that you're creating your own reality? When others are influencing what you think, you are creating your own reality, but are you doing it by default or deliberately? Can you tell when you're being influenced by someone else? Can you tell when that influence is in harmony with who you are or not in harmony? Can you tell? So there's never a reason for you to not know what's the best thing to do. Sometimes the best thing to do is just stop thinking about it. Often the best thing to do is just stop talking about it. Often the best thing to do is to take a nap or to do anything that you can do that just makes you feel better. Have we convinced you that the path to everything that you want, which is the path of least resistance, is the path that feels the best? Do you ever hear us say, take the path of most resistance? Then why do you keep taking the path of most resistance? The path of most resistance is the action path. The path of most resistance is the trying to convince somebody else or justify. The path of least resistance is just to let it go and trust that it's all right. It is our wish for you that you feel the worthiness that we know is you. It is also our knowing that the way for you to feel that worthiness is by finding a subject that you can follow out with resistance-less thought until it manifests. Because there's nothing that's going to give you the knowledge that not only are you the creator of your own reality, but that you can be the deliberate creator of your own reality, than for you to find an interesting thought and follow it out and let it please you just because it feels good to think it, and then to witness consciously the things falling into place until it comes into and fuller manifestation. That's how you get your feeling of worthiness. You get it by allowing the goodness that you deserve to flow into your experience under your conscious awareness. Because if good things happen to you not under your conscious awareness, then you call it luck or fate or something that is outside of you, when nothing is outside of you. But when you tend to your vibration, when you nurture it, when you find something that feels good and you milk it, when you look for positive aspects, when you praise often, when you feel the discord of criticism and so you stop it, when you wake up wanting to feel good and do, when you compliment and praise more than criticize and find fault, when you start deliberately offering your thoughts and you begin noticing how those thoughts feel, and then you begin watching things fall into place, not only will you understand that you are the deliberate creator of your own experience, but you will feel the harmony of all of the attention that all that is non-physical has upon you. It is our powerful desire that you know, that you feel, that you understand, that as you stand here in your now and you focus upon anything that matters to you, that there is a whole host of non-physical energy and talent focused there with you, knowing how powerfully and beautifully this is unfolding for you. So if you will, just decide to follow your bliss, to follow your fun, to follow your ease, to follow your joy, to follow your love. What you're going to discover is that you can plug your toaster in just about all day, every day. And when you are hooked with that current, the thoughts that you think are coming into fruition, into reality, into manifestation, into actualization all around you, where not only can you witness it with your physical senses, but others can as well.